Hi friends, it's Amy with Renewing Stitches, and it's been a while. It's good to be back with you. Good to spend some time with you talking about stitching. If you're new here, hi. I've been on a bit of a break with a lot of things going on, and I'll get to that at the end. And if you're returning, thank you, friend, for checking in on me and for coming back and watching and just spending your time with me. Thank you for all of that. It's been August, I guess, was my last. So this is still September. See if I can talk. This is September, so maybe over a month, because I believe it was at the beginning of August that I was here with like a quick video. So I've stitched a bit, not a lot, but I've done some pretty good. So we'll just do that, and then I'll update with everything that has happened. Usually I put the update things at the beginning of the video, but I may ramble a bit, so we'll just do stitching first. Okay. All right. I did get two finishes. First one is from this Cross Stitching Country Crafts. I'm in a different location. This is my oldest room. This is a puzzle that he did, the Steelers puzzle. Anyway, I'm in his room right now. That's the best lighting I have without being in the living room, which is where my husband is. So, Cross Stitch and Country Crafts, he wouldn't mind me being in there. I just didn't want to bother him. Cross Stitch and Country Crafts, January, February of 1995. I was working on Angels of Peace and Joy sampler. Angels of Peace sampler. Peace and Joy. Even though it says Angels of Peace. This is what I'm working on. I did a different background and I changed the design a little bit. I didn't do the sides here. And I didn't do that or that. And I changed the words. See if you can get it good. There we go. Okay. You'll see what I did. This is on, I can't remember. It's been a while. What is this? I know it's Those Missing Stitches. Ernest Emma. That's what it is. Those Missing Stitches. It is a 16 count, 18 count. I threw away the little sticky. And I don't have my board. Let's see. All right. Lots of things. Here we go. I think this is done. I'm going to add some beads. So it is not technically done, but I will be beading or buttons, something to fill in. I was thinking maybe like a little holly button here. I have one, and maybe some snowflakes here and here. But this is the finish. So far, finish of the stitching. And you can't see the white. There's white here and white doves. Oh, there you go. Oh, there we go. From the original design, all of this is right or correct except for the side parts. I changed, it said Peace and Joy. I changed it to the Luke verse, Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill to men, because peace was already there. I changed the skin tone. This one is the same skin tone. That cheek looks really bright here, but it's not as bright in person. I changed her hair color. I changed this one's skin tone and her hair color. Do we ever see angels with gray or silver hair? No. But this one does, because this is where I'm headed. So, and I think I think we need silver-haired angels. I did use, what is that? DMC that is shiny and it's not fun to work with. That stuff. I put it in the trumpets. There you can kind of see right here. And then in their hair wreaths. And let's see, that's it. This is right. So I did quite a bit of adjusting. I think I'm going to do buttons here and here and here. Snowflake buttons and a holly button here. I think that's what I'm going to do. This will probably be on a Christmas pillow. I thought about scrapbooking it, and I may still, but I think I really do want it on a pillow. But that's one of my finishes. And, well, finish of the stitching part. That was good. I would like in this book, I'm not going to do it anytime soon, but the next thing I want to do is, let's speak a little clearly. This flower bouquet as a small, so, but that'll be some other time. The next finish was also an adjustment. This is my big toe. It's Quaker Rejoice. I believe it's the beginning of last year, I did a restart. I didn't like the fabric I had chosen. I was going to do an ecru on a pale purpley fabric, and I didn't like it, so I restarted it on an oatmeal 14 count Aida. And I decided at the time that I was going to do the verse, the psalm verse, and then Quaker, the part of the Quakers. And as I was going along, I just picked a few more things to put in, so it's really squished. It's the verse and the Quaker. I'm going to use this bird for something else. And yeah, I mean, Quakers are, we can flip this and make it into, I mean, they're easy to reproduce, I guess, since they're symmetrical. So flipping this one and doing the opposite on that side, and it would be easy enough. This one might be, I mean, I want to say maybe it'd be easy, because then you could flop this up here. I don't know. Anyway, I do want to do the bird and that Quaker. But right now, this is what I've got. So this is 14 count oatmeal. Oatmeal is just from, it's been in my stash forever. It's just from Hobby Lobby from years ago. I don't know what it's called now, but it used to be oatmeal. This is my finish. I added the Psalm 118:24 down at the bottom. There are a few little light blue things here. This will be framed at some point, maybe. So I just picked 3 blues, I think. Maybe 4. I think the writing, the writing is in a darker blue. And I don't have my sticky note what blues they were. I also capitalized the T, right? Yes, I capitalized the T. I just made that up. I'm sure there's something just like it. I probably got it from somewhere. I just, all the samplers that you stitch, if you stitch samplers, the letters kind of roll together some. And then I capitalized, or I didn't capitalize, I made the Lord in a different color for it to just stand out a little bit. So that's that one. That one's done. And then I have whips, outstanding ones. Picked up Autumn Town from Autumn Lane. You've seen it before, maybe. Autumn Lane Stitchery. It's on a green fabric, and you just do the houses and stuff. This is 32 count even weave that I dyed to be this green. Yeah, 32 count. I think I'm going to, while I was working on this, I thought I might just move the pumpkins up to right here. But now, I really just want to do the whole thing. Anyway, all the called for colors. Let me move my needle. Okay, see if you can't see the green. That's green. It's like a grassy green. You can't really. Well, not really. Anyway, it's green. Looks blue here, but it's green. Maybe in the daylight. It's raining outside, so it's cloudy. I've got lights. But maybe next time I film, it'll be daylight, and maybe I can go outside. The temperature's coming down, so yay. Maybe I'll be able to film outside and you can see the green, but I've enjoyed it. I have, let's see, since you've seen it last, what did I do? I filled in this roof and started on the house. I got this done, filled in the tree, and I'm starting on the trunk and branches of the other tree over here. Or maybe that's the top of the house. Yeah, it's the top of a house. It's a roof. Never mind. The branches here in the trunk I did. And I did a couple of rows of white in the cloud. I think that's all. I think I had some of the blue done. Anyway, this is such good stitching. Color blocking is really good. Really good. Autumn Lane. I think I told you that. Autumn Lane. I also am behind on my temperature stitching. This is Stitchin' Mommy's temperature stitch for this year. It is a bunch of different specialty stitches. I was way behind, well, I was behind to May, I believe. February, March, April, May. Yes, I was behind to May. So I finished June and I worked on some of the outline. So I think I had that done last time I showed this. So I finished, no, I had the hearts done. We're going this way. The hearts done, and I did June. And then I worked on some outline. Have this on a 28 count even weave, just white, just plain white even weave. I use the varied temperature range from Stitchin' Mommy's temperature typography. That is the color that, those are the colors that I like. I did add a higher color, like a darker red. We didn't get to that this year. And then I added, I think the coldest is fine, but I added a higher temperature range, or a higher temperature for like 108 or above. I don't know. We didn't get above 100, but maybe twice this year, which is odd. I'm thankful, but it's just been a mild summer, and we've had rain. Well, we had rain at the beginning of the summer through June, beginning of July. But usually June is the beginning of hot and dry, and we had good rain. So, I mean, I think people got a lot of extra cuttings, not a lot, but maybe an extra cutting of hay this year, because it's been green. It's been nice. Maybe you don't want to see the back. Well, maybe you do. I don't know. It doesn't matter. That's my back. All right. Get that orange out of the way. I have to find my microphone. It's somewhere. Until then, this will be okay. I'm standing pretty close to the computer. Here's where I am. So I got May done, and then June. And see, we were all in the 90s, low 90s for a long, long time. I think I used the same, the last 15 days, there are 2 mid-90 colors, like the medium dark red, orange red. But the rest of the time was low 90s for June. Now July, I don't know, I think that's when we got up to 100, but it hasn't, and even August, I think it was. So it'll be good. I did put the year in. I started working on the border. This is a herringbone. This is a herringbone stitch. I'm using 08 DMC on the herringbone. I'm using 1 strand over 2, unless some stitches I did 2 over 2, like the basket weavy thing and January, whatever that stitch is. The rest of them are 1 over 2. But that was a fun stitch. The heart was fun. They've all been really fun. Sarah, I'll link her below. Do I need to link anybody else? Not yet. This next one I will. Sarah Stitchin Mommy has a video tutorial, has tutorials for each of the stitches for this chart. I believe right hand, left hand, yes. Right and left hand. So I really enjoyed that. I look forward, this butterfly one is, I need to watch the video on it. August, I need to watch the video because that's going to be, it's like the heart but different. I'm going to have to concentrate. Yes. Anyway, that's coming up next, right there. And January's was called, while I'm here, Queen Stitch. You probably knew that. It was escaping me. Queen Stitch. The basket weave was a satin stitch, yes. And the June was the rice stitch. That's what it was. Rhodes Butterfly is what July is. That'll be fun. All right. And then I was picking up, I picked this up for a while. I've enjoyed doing this. I'll keep working on this. This is being stitched with a bunch of friends, a bunch of Flosstube friends. Laura, Stitching by the Shore. Hi, friend. Hi, all of you that I'm about to name. Karen, Stitching Owl. Hi, sweetie. Karen D, Twitchy Stitcher. Rachel Q, Stitches. Mary from Mary Stitching Corner. And my in-person friend is stitching this too, my friend Debbie. I believe you are doing this, right, Debbie? We talked about it. And probably several others. This is Doreen Jones, Butterfly and Flowers. I do know that Laura and Karen, Stitching Owl, and I believe Karen, I wonder, Mary, I think is, yeah, Mary. They're doing them differently. So I'm doing just the inside, because it'll go good in a hoop. And you just go watch the others and see what they're doing. I'll link them all below. Hi, friends. Okay, I'm back. I had a quick detour. My mom came by to drop a quilt off, which I'll show you next time because it's in there. All right. Where was I? Stitching with Friends. Doreen Jones, Butterfly and Flowers. She has several. I think there's 3. This one's kind of bluey, pinky. And I'm doing it on 18 count, 2 over 1. Where's something to, using DMC. It's all going to be DMC unless otherwise noted. Here's where I am. So, I don't remember where it was last time you saw it. But I'll tell you what I did work on. So I had half stitched the black. I still have some that needs to finish the other side of the cross, like up here. The other side of the stitch needs to finish up. But I filled in the other side on all of this. I completed the X. And the reason why I do that is because if I miscount, it's easier to pull out, especially on this one. It's easier to pull out half stitch than the 2. It's just, and then I'll go back and it's kind of like filler. So if I just want to mindlessly do something, I'll just follow and do the X, do the other side of the X. So anyway, I did that. And then I finished, there was the lightest blue was left here. So I did that, and now I'm starting on the darkest blue in this. So that's where I am. This has been fun. It's stained glassy. Maybe there's 3 or 4 colors here total. So not a lot of, not any popcorn stitches that I've seen so far. Real fun. So let me see if I can get that a little closer. This part I was finishing up some of the blue here, finishing up here. The black will come down part of the window pane. But this is page 1. I didn't do the side, if you'll see. I didn't do the circles up at the tops. I won't be doing those. But right here, this was page 1. Sorta. Yeah, right in here. that's what I have. Pretty. And that's all. That's all I've stitched, which is great. I have just been pulling stitches. So the two things I did want to finish were the Angels of Joy, Angels of Peace and Joy, and the My Big Toe Quaker Rejoice, because that belongs to somebody else. So I was going to give that to her next time I see her. And then the Angels of Peace and Joy, I wanted to put the magazine back in my stash, so it wouldn't be messed up any more than it is. So, and then the others I've just pulled. I wanted to get caught up on the temperatures, and then the other were just things that I wanted to do. So that's all. I have a basket of whips. I have not started anything new. So I don't know what the plan is going forward, other than I'm just going to stitch on those three, butterfly and temperature stitch and autumn town. In the evenings, I was going to do, the gridiron thing. I wanted to do that. My team is Detroit. So following along with the football NFL gridiron game, I don't know what it was. I wrote it down somewhere, not here. Did I write it here? No, I did not. And I was going to pick a piece and use so the idea is to stitch however many points your team scores, stitch that times 5 or 10 or 50 or whatever you choose. I haven't picked a stitch. I'm pretty far behind. I don't know if I'll do it at this point. I may just end up stitching on something during football games, which is what I do anyway, but it rotates. So maybe I'll just stitch on something while I'm watching Detroit play, which that was a good game Monday night. Good game. What else? I had grand plans, stitch. My immediate family is a family of 4, me included, and we each root for a different football team. So my thought was to do a stitch for each person, but no time for that. So it'll just be what there's time for. And that is it. Plans will just be whatever is available and whatever time I have available. Other things going on. Well, let's see. Since I've seen you in August, first part or middle of August, we're just about unpacked. We built shelves in the barn to put Christmas and holiday things. We are working on the front, working on the back. My husband and boys have built garden boxes, raised beds for me. I've canned, and that is not my own produce. I had some dried beans in the freezer, so I pulled those out and I canned those. Those will be ready to use. Just add some water and canned them. So those will be ready, a quick meal to eat. I haven't done soup mix yet. I want to do that. I did, we picked figs. One of the neighbors here, we used to, her daughter babysat us when we were growing up, and they have 3 fig trees, and we picked figs for a couple of weeks, and I ate my fill. I love figs, and then we canned some. Then pears. We had another neighbor that had 2 huge pear trees that did great. So we picked a bunch of pears, and I canned pear sauce and pear juice, which was the apple, the apple juice sister, pear juice. So that was good. So we have that. My mom canned a bunch this year because I wasn't doing any, so she helped. Well, I didn't do much, but she helped get some stuff done. I do want to do soup mix here soon, but that'll be maybe in a couple of weeks. That can be an anytime thing because it's just a bag of potatoes and a bunch of frozen vegetables and onions and peppers and celery and salt, pepper. That's it. So whenever you open the can or the jar, you add your meat and your seasonings. Meat if you want to. You can just have veggie soup, add some noodles, veggie soup with noodles. I don't know. Anyway, it's a quick meal, but I need to do that before it gets cooler. What else? We moved our oldest 2.5 hours away. He's taken a gap year, and he is enjoying it tremendously. He's decided to go to the Air Force and get into physical therapy, which he had talked about physical therapy before. I will be glad to have one in my family. But he's decided to go through the Air Force to do that, which is awesome. I did not know that that was an option. So I think he's going to do that. He may change, but currently he needs to declare at the end of, or the middle of October, so they can get him situated and get him set up to go that way. I think he has to study for the ASVAB. I think that's it. That's the test. A side note, I wanted to go to the military when I was a senior in high school. I wanted to join the Army, and I didn't. My mom asked me to, and I don't know if she remembers this, but she asked me to wait and go a year in commerce, and then a year to commerce to school, and then join. Well, I didn't I didn't join. I stayed and I got my degree, but I kind of wish I would have gone. And I didn't ever mention that. I don't want him to feel like he has to do anything that I didn't do, that I wanted to do. I want him to make his decisions. And so does my husband. We want him to decide on his own without us giving him sway one way or the other. Influencing, that's the word, influencing one way or the other. We wouldn't be sad if he did physical therapy at all. Anyway, so he's thinking about going that direction. It is senior year for our youngest. Things are going well there. Still doing ballroom, still doing piano lessons. Senior year school has been good. We homeschool if you're new. We have done it, taken it year by year, and we managed to make it all the way through. Thank you, Lord. It's His doing. It is not because I'm good, but they are. He's done this year, so figuring out what he's going to do next. I don't know that he'll take a gap year. He may go right into college. He's figuring that out. So, we started all the routine things: piano and Bible study and ballroom. So things are getting in a routine. It's getting better. And then these last 2 weeks have been doozies. So my husband needed he needed shoulder surgery. He had bone spurs, and that was last Thursday that he had surgery. So getting things, we've been really busy trying to get things done since he had use of his both arms, to get things done around here. Spent a lot of time working on things to get done around here before he was not able to use it. So the surgery was last Thursday. Thankfully, it was only bone spurs and no tear. He did have fraying of his rotator cuff, but no tear. He had right side shoulder surgery 2018, I believe, and he had a pretty good tear with bone spurs. So that was pretty painful, and recovery was hard too. But this time is just bone spurs, and took out the fraying and just cleaned it up in there. So recovery has been better. He's in pain, but we've been able to manage that. And we went to follow up on Monday. He can take his arm out of his sling and start working on mobility exercises. Physical therapy looks like it's going to begin next week. So a lot faster recovery this time. Last time, I think it was 3 weeks before he could do physical therapy, and this is like 7-8 days, so much better. Also, last week, in fact, Wednesday afternoon, we closed on our old house. So we got that, all the inspection, all that done, and closed. All done. So yay, that's that's off the list, off of the list. And surgery's off the list, and recovery is going better than we thought. So things are starting to lighten a lot, thankfully. What else? I think that's it. So I will splice these 2 videos together and post it. I'm hoping to return to you again next week. We'll see. It may be 2 weeks. I forgot to bring my happy mail. My friend Denise at Black Ribbon Stitch Studio, hi friend, sent me an old magazine and a new magazine. That was fun. The old one I didn't have. It's in the 2000s. And then the new one is just this year. So that was glorious. I loved it. So, and then what else do I need to show you that is not here? The quilt, happy mail. I guess that's all. I believe. Is there anything in this room that I have stitched for him? Let's see. Nope. I was going to show you, since I was in here, I was going to show you the Steelers helmet, but he took it with him. So that's fun. I'm glad. Anyway, that's all. I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you to all of you who reached out to me, who mentioned me in your videos, asking, where's your video? I haven't seen you in a while. My friends have asked on Instagram, how have I been? Thank you. Things have been good, just full, and it's been full like since March. But it's good. We're all unpacked for the most part. I think I just need to go now room by room. All the boxes are pretty much done. I just need to go room by room, and where things are stashed, just go through it all and get rid of things. You know, things that I had in the laundry room at the old house, I put in the laundry room here, but they're, you know, I don't know that I'll use them. I just need to, or if I am going to use it, I need to put it in its proper place. So it's like that in every room, except the boys' rooms. They're pretty good. They're done. And their bathroom is good. So it's just the rest of the house. It shouldn't take long because it's a smaller house. But that's where we are. The front is good. The back is good. Garden's working. We do need to do more sod in the back. And we may not do that. We may try to do grass seed. I'm just rambling. I told you I was going to. Okay, grass seed. That's it. So, parents are fine. They're steady. So, what else? I guess that's it. I will go and start on lunch and splice these together, and I will see you soon. Thank you, friends. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and look forward to seeing you and chatting with you soon. I will be around in the comments. It's been a while. I think I had quite a few comments last time, and I just hearted ones unless there was a question because I wanted to let you know that I saw them. So I will be back and visiting in the comments. I have not posted on Instagram in a while. I will work on that too. I'm not promising anything, but I won't be on Instagram. Never mind. I took Instagram off my phone a couple weeks ago, and I won't be putting it back on at least till the end of the month, which is next week, but maybe through October. I just wanted a break, just a break, and it's been lovely. It's been lovely. So I'm missing all the stitches and things, but I just needed a break. So I am starting to watch YouTube again, which I guess that's helpful. Starting to watch YouTube. I have watched regularly, but not as much as I used to before we moved. So hopefully that'll pick up. But anyway, I won't be on Instagram, at least through the end of the month. We'll see after that. So I will talk to you soon, and I'll just stop rambling now. I look forward to seeing you again.